Hello and welcome to another edition of Autocar India Quick News, your weekly roundup of everything new in the automotive industry. Before we get started, a quick reminder to subscribe to the Autocar India channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of all new and exciting videos coming out. We start this week's news with Volkswagen. Volkswagen has unveiled all details of the India spec Tayron R line. This 7-seater offering will be the brand's flagship SUV in India, sitting above the Tiguan R line SUV in the lineup. It also marks Volkswagen's re-entry into the premium 3-row SUV space after the discontinuation of the Tiguan Allspace in 2021. While the Tiguan R-Line is imported by the CBU route, the Tayron R-Line will launch as a locally assembled model. Powering the Tayron R-Line is the same 2-liter turbo petrol engine that does duty in the Tiguan R-Line as well. It makes 204 horsepower and 320 Nm, all of which is transferred to all 4 wheels via a 7-speed DCT. The Tayron R-Line is capable of a 0 to 100 kph run in 7.3 seconds and maxes out at an electronically limited top speed of 224 kph. In terms of design, it dons an aggressive look with sporty bumpers and 19-inch alloy wheels along with R-Line badges. While it shares the same MQB Evo platform as the Tiguan R-Line 5-seater SUV, it is bigger and has a longer wheelbase to accommodate an extra row of seats. Its headlight and taillight elements are also different from those of the Tiguan. The cabin features a silver trim behind the touchscreen that spans the length of the dashboard and an illuminated R logo as well. Other than this, it continues with a 3-spoke steering wheel and 30 color customizable ambient lighting. In terms of features, it is equipped with a driver-centric 15-inch touchscreen infotainment system, a 10.25-inch digital driver's display, and an 11-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. It also gets 12-way power adjust front seats with memory, massage, and ventilation as well. What's also present is an augmented reality-based head-up display, a panoramic sunroof, a powered tailgate, and 3-zone climate control. The Tayron R-Line is set to launch by March 2026 as a locally assembled model brought in as a completely knocked-down unit. Expected to be priced in the range of 45 to 50 lakh rupees, it will rival the Skoda Kodiaq, Jeep Meridian, and the MG Gloucester. At the celebration of Mercedes-Benz's 140th anniversary, the wraps have come off the mid-life cycle update for the W223 S-Class. And the big news is a huge infusion of next-gen tech and upgraded powertrains ready for Euro 7 emissions. The biggest update has been made under the skin, but its interface is plain to see as soon as you swing a door open. Gone is the flowing wood panel dashboard with the vertical touchscreen at its center, and in its place is a gloss black panel with 3 screens, a super screen in Mercedes terms. 12.3-inch driver and front passenger displays are where you'd expect, but the highlight is the 14.4-inch central touchscreen, which is the heart and the brain of the car. The newest generation of the brand's MBUX digital architecture, dubbed MBOS, has made its way to the S-Class, having previously appeared in the smaller CLA and GLB. Mercedes calls it a supercomputer, and more than just being your infotainment unit, it unifies all functions of the car, right from the headlights to the cameras, the powertrain, and even the suspension. Another function integrated with MBOS is MB Drive Assist, which is ADAS that comes as standard. However, in markets which will allow it, starting with China and then the US, there is also Drive Assist Pro, which is full self-driving. As before, the S-Class gets adaptive air suspension as standard with active self-leveling suspension as an option, and while 10-degree rear axle steering remains optional, the lesser 4.5-degree version is now standard. As mentioned above, the screens have replaced a conventional dashboard, giving the car a far more tech-heavy look. There are still two 13.1-inch rear entertainment touchscreens in the back of each front seat, while the rear controller tablet has been replaced by 2 smaller individual touch controllers. This generation of the S-Class already did away with many of the buttons on the dashboard, and the facelift continues that with only a thin band of capacitive shortcut keys below the screen. Even the fingerprint scanner has been done away with in favor of facial recognition via the dash-mounted camera, which also handles video calling, takes selfies, and monitors the cabin when the car is parked. But some buttons have been added on the steering wheel that now gets a scroll wheel and a toggle switch for easier use on the move. Speaking of the rear seat, it's where the least change has been made, but then little needed to be. The long wheelbase version, which we get in India, continues to get a 43-degree rear seat recline, heating, ventilation, and massage, an optional 4-seat split cabin with fold-out trays, and sublime cushioning and comfort. While no new engines have been added to the lineup, the whole range has been updated to meet the upcoming Euro 7 emission norms. As before, all engines are held by a 48-volt mild hybrid system and a 17kW integrated starter generator. Now called the M177 Evo, the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 has moved to a flat plane crank design with a new firing order and uses dual balancer shafts to offset the vibrations. In the S580, it produces as much as 537 horsepower and 750 Nm, which is expected to go much higher in its new application in various upcoming AMG models. The new version is certainly showier with a grille that's grown 20% larger, traditional stats are interjected with tiny chrome stars, and the frame is subtly illuminated. The star atop the bonnet is illuminated too, and the headlamps have grown and feature a pair of 3-pointed star DRLs in each unit. Incidentally, they use Merck's newest micro-LED digital light tech, which serves up 40% greater illumination while being lighter and using less energy. In profile, the changes are harder to spot. There are new wheel designs, including intricate 50-spoke units, created with a new high-pressure casting technique, as well as new standard paint shades, many borrowed from the manufacturer-exclusive catalog. There are more sensors all around too, 10 cameras, 5 radars and 12 ultrasonic sensors, all to serve the significantly upgraded ADAS tech. At the rear, the major changes are slimmer tail lamps, which like the E-Class now incorporate 3-pointed star LED motifs into their signature. And now moving on to two-wheeler news. Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India has launched the Dio 125 X Edition scooter at 87,733 rupees. The X Edition is mechanically identical to the standard variant of the Dio, but has a unique dual-tone paint scheme. The fundamentals of the Dio 125 X Edition are the same as the standard variant, and it is too powered by the same 8.3 horsepower 125cc single-cylinder air-cooled engine. The entire rolling chassis and the feature set are also identical between the two, and what separates the X Edition from the scooter is based upon is the dual-tone paint scheme and contrasting red alloy wheels. While the X Edition does come with a TFT display, it does not have Bluetooth compatibility that brings in call or notification alerts and control over music playback. This functionality is reserved for the top-spec Edge Smart variant. At 87,733 rupees, the X Edition Dio costs 1,000 rupees more than the standard variant of the 125. However, compared to the top Edge Smart variant that features keyless ignition, the X Edition costs 3,950 rupees less. The Honda Dio 125 X Edition goes up against the TVS NTORQ 125, Suzuki Avenis, the Yamaha Razor 125 Hybrid, and Hero Zoom 125 in our market. Moving on from the Dio, Honda has also launched a new variant of the Shine 125 called the Shine 125 Limited Edition. Based on the disc variant of the commuter, the special edition brings in cosmetic changes while retaining the mechanical package of the standard model. The most notable difference on the limited edition is the Shine graphic on the fuel tank that further distinguishes itself with painted alloy wheels. The pearl siren blue color is also available on the standard bike, and other design elements such as the chrome trim around the headlight, side panels and exhaust cover have been carried over. Mechanically, the Shine 125 Limited Edition remains identical to the standard bike, powered by a 124cc single-cylinder air-cooled engine, producing 10.6 horsepower and 11 Nm of torque, and paired with a 5-speed gearbox. The Limited Edition also retains the same feature set as the disc variant, including a fully digital instrument cluster, side stand engine cutoff, and USB Type-C charging port. The Shine 125 is the manufacturer's best-selling motorcycle in our market, and the Limited Edition variant should offer buyers a more premium-looking option with bolder graphics and colored alloy wheels. From Honda on to Suzuki, that has launched the Access with single-channel ABS. This makes it one of the first mass-market 125cc scooters to offer these safety features and is priced from 92,328 rupees. Early last year, Suzuki Motorcycle India launched a new generation Access 125 with comprehensive updates, and the Access remains one of India's best-selling 125cc scooters and Suzuki's highest volume product, and this update focuses on improving safety. It now gets single-channel ABS on the Ride Connect and the Ride Connect TFT variants. So far, the feature has largely been limited to bigger 150cc plus scooters such as the NTORQ 150, Aprilia SR 175, Aerox 155, and the Zoom 160 from Hero, where ABS is mandated by regulation. It's encouraging to see Suzuki voluntarily introduce the system on a smaller, more affordable scooter, and we expect other manufacturers to follow suit. Mechanically, the Access remains unchanged and continues with a 124cc single-cylinder air-cooled engine making 8.4 horsepower and 10.2 Nm. The single-channel ABS is limited to the top two trims, priced at 92,328 rupees for the Ride Connect ABS and 98,378 rupees for the Ride Connect TFT ABS. These variants carry a premium of 3,600 and 4,500 rupees respectively over their standard counterparts. Even so, the Access remains among the most affordable scooters in India to offer ABS. Yamaha had earlier unveiled the EC06 at an event in Mumbai, and now the Japanese brand has launched it at a price of 1.68 lakh rupees. Currently, this model is only available in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and it is the first EV offering from the Japanese mark in India. Earlier last year, we exclusively reported that Yamaha is working with the Bengaluru-based startup River to co-develop its version of the Indy. Subsequently, Yamaha unveiled the EC06 late last year, and it has a 4 kWh battery pack mated to a motor that produces 6.7 kW of power, identical to the Indy's setup. It has a claimed top speed of 79 kph, which is lower than the Indy by 11 kph. The EC06's chassis is also very similar to that of the Indy, as it's its feature set, which comprises of a color LCD, 3 riding modes, and reverse assist. Notably, the LCD layout on the EC06 is like that on the earlier River Indy. The Gen 2.5 launched last year gets a new layout. The EC06 has an IDC range of 169 km, which is 6 km higher than the River Indy. Yamaha claims a 0 to 80% charge time of 8 hours, which is similar to the Indy when charged with the slower 480 watt charger. Notably, the Indy also has an option of a faster 750 watt charger, but the EC06 does not. The Indy's USP is the sheer amount of space it has to offer, a 43-litre boot along with 12 litres of storage in the front apron, and in comparison the EC06 gets sleeker panels and a lower underseat storage of 24.5 litres with an open cubby on the front apron. This has likely contributed to its weight saving of 3 kgs compared to the Indy, as it tips the scales at 132 kg. The EC06 also has a different style with a sleeker and sharper design compared to the Indy's more boxy and utilitarian looks. Notably, the headlight and taillight on the EC06 look more conventional than the Indy. At 1.68 lakh rupees, the EC06 costs 22,000 rupees more than the River Indy on which it is based. While the EC06 wears a Yamaha badge, it will be manufactured entirely at River's factory in Hoskote, Karnataka. And finally, we have news from Vespa. Over the years, Vespa has produced many special edition models based on its 946 scooter, some in conjunction with the Chinese zodiac signs for each calendar year. 2026 brings the year of the horse, and the Italian scooter maker has revealed a special version of the Vespa called the 946 Horse. The 946 Horse edition is distinguished by its bay color, a deep brown shade that the company says recalls the glossy dark coat of the horse. The steel bodywork, a Vespa trademark, has contrasting glossy and matte finishes and multiple special details. The handcrafted seat is made out of leather and is inspired by equestrian tack, fancy speak for the saddle that is seen on the horses, and has a V monogram stamped at the center of a horseshoe beneath it. Even the handlebar and rearview mirrors have premium leather trims just to reinforce the entire horse theme. There are a couple of accessories available too: a small rear bag made out of the same leather as the scooter's seat, a small lightly smoked windshield for those who prefer that look, and lastly a color-matched 3/4 helmet with a 3D V logo. Now, Vespa says the 946 Horse edition is going to be a limited edition model, but its literature doesn't specify exactly how many units are going to be built. For instance, only 1,888 units of the 946 Dragon edition were built. Bookings are open on Vespa's official website, and if you are interested in getting your hands on one, we'd recommend you speak to your nearest authorized dealer very soon. That was it for news this week. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite.